So this is an interesting shot. This is the sort of shot that can plague so many golfers. I am literally 1, 2, 3, really 4 steps away from the front of the green. Another 1, 2, 3, 4 really to get to that flag. So it's literally an 8 to 9 yard shot, but it causes absolute havoc. It gets your nerves tangled, it gets you all knotty, and it can lead to disaster. You can end up more than 9 yards away from the hole by the time you finish, or only another yard or 2 further forward. So I'd like to very quickly address something that I think could be a huge help for these type of shots. You see, generally when we're uncomfortable with shots, we're nervous, we do less. And what I mean by that is we don't use our body in its natural way. We do less with it. We get a little bit rigid. We end up using our hands and arms too much, and as a result of that, we then scoop at it. We do all sorts of things. And very often we are worried about hitting the ground. That's where a lot of it comes from. We're worried about swinging and getting the club stuck in the ground. So as a result of that, we're fearful of that. We pull away and we end up thinning. But the key thing with all of this is we end up stop using our body in the way it's designed to be worked, okay? That's what we're going to cover in this little lesson here today. I'm going to get into the movement and I'm going to ask you to go ahead and practice it and see if it helps you. But let me just give it to you here straight away. So when you set up, okay, we won't go into the detail of that for now. When you set up, I want you to actively, I've got a belt on here, I want you to feel like actively on your left side of your belt, for me as a right-handed golfer, that is going to turn and come down, okay? I want it to turn and come down. Now if you watch, in response, my knee there is pretty much coming forward, okay? It's not going in too much, and it's certainly not going out. It comes forward and fractionally in here. But the key thing is, if you watch from this angle here, I want that belt actually moving. I want it coming forward. Let me just do that without my hands in the way here. I'm going to put my hand there. Can you see that? Now, you might be thinking immediately, that's way too much movement, this little shot here. But it's not, because I'm going to also ask you to go what you feel is almost in slow motion. When you're nervous and anxious about a shot, you tend to go quicker, you tend to rush it, so we need to do the opposite. So quite simply, you're going to set up and you're going to really feel as though you control the movement from that left belt side or your left hip and just allow it to come down, around and down. And as you do that, you're probably going to get scared thinking, oh my word, I'm going down to the ground, I'm going to crash into the ground. Trust yourself, because the mechanic that you have worked on there, the way that works from an anatomy perspective is you're actually going to get a natural spring on the way through. That natural spring will allow the club to come down and strike the ball as you want it. So let's just put that into practice. So left side, allow that to come down and around, okay? And again, feel as though you're in slow motion. And there she goes there, okay? Now, I can promise you, I have had a lot of trouble personally with this shot. It takes a bit of confidence to allow yourself to have that much movement in the swing, in the little action, but it works. It absolutely works. If you can allow yourself to do it, you'll be amazed at how much better you get at it. And here's the interesting thing. Even if you're over the shot and you're feeling a bit anxious mentally, what I have experienced is even if I've been over the shot and I'm a little bit anxious mentally, providing I commit to that movement, the natural mechanics of the body will override the anxiety and fear in your mind. Now, isn't that powerful? And think about that. Now, I'm not the most confident really, but in some ways, I've even let you know that I'm nervous over these shots. And here I am, nervous over it a little bit, but making sure I commit to that movement. And by committing to that movement, I was still able to play a nice little shot. So I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that if you are prepared, if you're nervous around the green here and you're prepared to commit to that little mechanical move, I really think you'll be surprised at how much better you can come at those shots. Have a work at it. Please, please let me know how you get on. I'd love to have your feedback on this. Even if it doesn't work for you straight, let me know. Let me find out what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, so I can learn from that and see if we can tweak the message to help you. Because I know, having worked with lots of golfers who are very nervous at this type of shot around the green, I absolutely know it works. Your job is to go ahead and work it. I hope that makes sense. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave me your comments, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next video.